Hi, I'm JD, and what we're going to be doing today is looking at two special lines. You have, for the first line, it's x equals 3, and then for your second line, it's y equals -5. So if you would, pause the video and see if you can try to do these two on your own. Alright, so these are what's called special lines, just because they're special. So you have x equals +3. Well, what does that mean, x equals +3? If I was to do a table of x and y, and let's say that I plug in number for y, such as 0. Well, if y is 0, x must be equal to 3. If I plug in 1 for y, x is going to be equal to 3. If I plug in 10, -10, let's move on the wild side here. If I plug in -10, what does that mean? X equals 3. So with this graph, it's going to be where x equals +3. Always. And it doesn't matter what the y is. So what that looks like, 1, 2, 3, what that looks like is a line that goes through the x-axis at 3. Notice that it runs parallel to the y-axis. That's always the case. Not only that, this has no slope, or you could say the slope is undefined. Y equals -3. Let's do another table. X, y. Now this time I'm going to plug in x's. So if I plug in -1 for x, what's the y going to be equal to? Right, it's going to be equal to -5. If I plug in 0 for x, what does this tell me that my y has to be? Y has to be -5. If x is +1, what's y going to be equal to? -5. Because what this means is that y is always equal to -5, and it does not matter what the x is. So it's going to look something like this. I'm not going to necessarily mark it. It's going to look like this. It's going to run parallel to the x-axis. Now let's draw some general statements. When it's x equals some number, it's always going to be parallel to the y-axis unless it's x equals 0, because then it will fall directly on the y-axis. And so that would be a vertical line. Here you have, and the slope would be no slope, or you would say undefined. Or you can even say infinity, but we don't use that. Alright, here it's horizontal. So that would be a horizontal line. So when it's y equals some number, it's horizontal. Just remember horizon, the horizon where the sun sets, that is, left to right like this. So horizon, horizontal goes like this, goes like that. And that's where the slope is going to be 0. So m, which stands for slope, is 0. So that's it. X equals some number is going to be a vertical line, and y equals some number is going to be a horizontal line. That's it.